everyone, and welcome to my channel. This is my featured battle series where this time I am featuring Mr. Bubblzy, and I'm going to be using this team. Sorry, not this team. My bad. This team. So I'm just going to be using a nice casual team featuring one of my top 3 starters, Meganium, Sableye as my Mega, Alolan Ninetales because I just really love the Pokemon, Scolipede, Chansey, and Skarmory. So this is an unusual set for me regarding Skarmory. I normally don't have this move on it, but I figured I would shake things up with Brave Bird. It's obviously got the leftovers as usual and sturdy to allow me to guarantee at least one hazard. This is again an unusual build for me. I noticed the big weakness would be the fact I don't really have many checks for grass types. Well, not so much grass types, sorry. Not as many checks for like bug types and steel types, especially steel types. So I figured I'd run for Flamethrower just to be safe with my Chansey. Arctic as usual setup. Arctic is the the usual setup Arctic. Well, a setup below the Ninetales. I call it Arctic. Sableye. This is a tricky build. Basically, I'm not going. The chances of me megaing on the first turn is very slim. Basically, the mega is just to add bulk once I've already added my bulk. Meganium. This is probably the weirdest Pokemon you're going to see on this team. I'm not even going to cover Scolipede. It's the typical Scolipede you're going to see quite often. Meganium is the one unusual Pokemon here, where I'm using a interesting setup for the build of this Pokemon, where I'm going to be setting up myself behind a sub, seeding and Giga Draining to heal up, and Aromatherapy if they manage to catch me before I set up a sub. This is a purely specialty defensive Pokemon with added defense, and in the last EVs went into my special attack just to give me some extra oomph to the damage I'm dealing with Geek Drain. Even if it's only a slight amount, it sometimes is the difference between winning and losing. So that is my team, and now I'm going to introduce you to Mr. Bubblzy. Mr. Bubblzy, take a bow. So
I just bowed. Sorry.
So basically, here in the background you can hear Mr. Bubblzy. This is an unusual setup for me. I don't normally do these with my featured battle series. However, I have got Mr. Bubblzy on voice chat because we've just finished up a stream that we did.
Yeah. Boy.
So he's happily said that he doesn't mind doing a battle with me for my featured battle series, and he said that he wants to do a OU battle. So Bubblzy, do you want to send me that challenge over, mate? And
yeah,
we
sure.
can get this started then.
Oh, by the way, I do have a legendary.
I don't mind. In the featured battle series, it's up to the streamer really what Pokemon they use. I personally won't be using legendary, but it's up to you if you want to use one yourself. Basically, I just kindly request that you don't bring a full team of them.
Okay.
So it's okay having like one legendary on your team. Basically, in my battle streams, I don't tend to allow legendaries for those who are watching. So if you are new to this channel, basically what we do in these feature battle series is I will explain my personal moves through a competitive mindset while I'm battling another streamer. This streamer's channel link will be linked in the description down below. And if you would like to check out more of these feature battle series, I have them all in one playlist. So be sure to check out that playlist. And also, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. If you enjoy this, if you enjoy the content you see here, feel free to leave a subscription. And I'm going to aim to hit 20 likes on today's video. So these leading off with a Venusaur. I do enjoy this because it means I do get a chance to set up a Stealth Box. I could see that he was going to obviously switch here. I am going to attempt to basically, he's going to Heat Wave. I'm going to attempt to just basically get this thing out of here, because when it re-enters, it will take a nice, neat 50% of its health as damage. The Feral Form comes in. I don't mind losing my Skarmory at this point, so I'm going to basically attempt to just set up spikes. Obviously, we do lose Skarmory here, but I have managed to get 2 hazards out of this, so I don't mind losing it as long as I've got got my money's worth out of it basically. So seeing this Ferrothorn, steel is a big downside for me, so I'm going to switch into my Chansey and just start setting up, because I see there's a special attacker from the fact that you use Splash Cannon, and I just get to just switch into my Chansey. He can stay in, he can switch out, it's up to him really how he wants to do this, but basically Chansey is a beast to get past if you are a special attacker, down to the bulk that is involved in it. As you can see, I've got the Eviolite on here, and it's got 508 in its special defense. I am faster than it, and I do get to set up a Carmine, and he now sees just how bulky a Chansey can be.
Uh-oh.
So obviously I'm going to just keep setting up these Carmines, and he's going to go for an explosion, which is a physical move. It does get around my special defense. I do lose that, but I see there's only one other steel type, and the other steel type I should be able to deal with myself anyway. So I am going to go into my Sableye here. He's going into his big tree, which is fair enough because of which is his it is his Venusaur. I'm just going to go for this Taunt, because I expect it's probably going to go for this setup move. It's going to go for a Giga Drain, which is interesting. And with seeing that, I do kind of want to switch out, but I think the best thing for me to do here is I'm probably just going to switch out here into Scolipede. Being 4 times resistant to grass, I do have a chance to just get that off and get up a Sword Stance, basically. He is going to go into his Magnezone, which is fair enough. It's completely understandable given the fact that it is immune to poison. I am just going to set up going to go for a Protect here. Just see what he's going to go for, really. See what he's going to go for. He's going to go for an Iron Head. And I do get a second speed boost off. I'm guaranteed to outspeed it. And I'm going to go for this nice X-Scissor just to get as much damage as I can. It does have Rocky Helmet, which is annoying. And he does go for a Hidden Power, which is not very effective.
No, it's not.
I'm very curious as to what hidden power that is, but I'm not going to ask you until like the Magnezone dies. But basically, what you're seeing here is this is a speed boost Scolipede, guys. It's holding a Life Orb in order to get as much damage as it can. Its basically only design is to take out 2 to 3 Pokemon and then die. In comes this Lava Moth, which is his Volcarona, and as predicted, it takes 50% from the Stealth Rocks and an added damage from the spikes, and that is a hefty chunk of its health gone in a single blow. I am going to go for this Poison Jab just to go for the chance to poison if it survives. It doesn't survive, and it does have a Rocky Helmet, which means it does take my Scolipede with it. Although we did get a lot of damage on his team with that Scolipede. I'm now going to go into my Arctic here, and given the fact that this is 1v1, I do kind of want to just try to get a Aurora Veil off. However, seeing his switch in, I feel like the best move is not to get that off yet.
I would just like to say that I do not play this often. I'm not a professional.
Yeah, Mr. Bubblzy is a streamer, as I said. However, he is not a competitive battler. He is new to the game of Pokemon as it is anyway. I'd say 3 or 4 months into the game, right, Bubs?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, about 3 to 4 months into the game. So he does go into a Water type. I am going to set up the Aurora Veil at this point, which will halve all damage I take from any attack. And this does give me a chance to use a super effective move. However, he does go for Protect. Okay, that is interesting because of what I can now do. I am now going to just go for the second attack here. And although it is super effective, Tapu Finney's horrendous defense does come into play here. It is a monster on the competitive scene just for this exact reason, that its defense is insane and its typings are great as well. I do have no choice but to take this thing out with this Pokemon as it is, because if I do switch into my Sableye, none of my attacks will work. The field does go now, though. The field does go, and that does leave me open to go into my Sableye when I need to. He's just going to go for the... Did you just get a triple? You just got a triple protect off. He does get the triple protect. His jankiness is showing, guys. His jankiness is showing. He goes for the Moonblast. He's just trying to stall out the turns now for my Aurora Veil. As you can see, there is one turn left on my Aurora Veil. He is just going to go for the protect at this point. I'm feeling that the best bet for me here is to just switch into my Meganium. Seeing his strats here is to just protect, and he's going to go for the Moonblast. He gets a hit on my Meganium. I do feel like he's probably going to go for the protect. He does go for that. I'm going to go for a substitute here, predicting that protect, and I am just going to attempt to sit behind this for as long as I can. I do drain his Tapu Fini for some health here. I have no reason to switch out of Meganium until this sub is broken though, guys. So I am actually going to go for a Giga Drain on this big tree, just to get a bit of health back until my sub breaks. And once my sub breaks, I mean, the big tree is going to be tough. It does take regular damage from my attacks from Arctic, due to the fact that it is a thick fat Pokemon. Its normal weakness is then halved. Okay, he goes for the Surge Bomb. So he does show that he has that, which is a bit of a troublesome thing to get around. I am faster, which means I am going to sit behind a sub again. See if he can... Yeah, he's going to break the sub. He can just break the sub automatically. I'm thinking my best bet here is to attempt to bulk a hit on my Sableye. See how much it does. It does do a fair chunk of damage, but I do get poisoned as well, which is frustrating, but I can get around this thanks to my priority moves. Basically, 3 of the 4 moves on my Sableye are at priority, although he can do a hefty amount of damage with that Giga Drain. Giga Drain does allow him to take me out with his poison. I am now going to go into my Ninetales. I feel like my only bet here is to just freeze dry and attempt to take the hit. It's not the bulkiest Pokemon in the world. Hey, but our opponent does leave. I have no idea what's going on here. I feel like maybe his internet has dropped or something. I have no idea.
I'm back again.
You're back again? Did your internet just drop, did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so his internet did drop, as you can hear in the background.
I'm back.
That freeze dry did nothing. We do lose Arctic. I believe we might lose this battle here now, guys.
Oh my goodness, am I going to beat you?
The Venusaur does seem to have taken me out here. I kind of wish I did still have my Scolipede around for this. But I didn't really factor in a Venusaur. Poison types, though I didn't realize, are actually a weakness on this team. I did not even realize that. I'm going to sit behind a sub here, guys. I'm just going to see how much I can take. He's going to go for a Toxic. Toxic does give me a bit of breathing room here. We are both taking damage from the hail as well. I feel like my best bet here is to just attempt to Giga Drain, but it's not going to do anything. It's times 4 resistant to my Giga Drain. He does go for the Surge Bomb. He does break my sub. Guys, I think this is going to be a loss for the channel. I do believe this is going to be a loss for the channel. I didn't really expect the Venusaur. I think my best bet here is to just keep going behind a sub. I can only go behind one more. The hail is going to do damage to both of us. Oh no, hail goes. Yeah, Giga Drain does not do enough damage. I had to go for the Giga Drain. And we do lose that Meganium. We do lose to Mr. bubblzy. Congratulations, Mr. bubblzy, on the win. Basically, guys, the best thing I could do there was just attempt to go for the bulk here. I did add too much bulk to my team and not enough Pokemon I could actually take out a team on their own. It was a bit of a misplay on my side. I should build my team a lot more, but Mr. bubblzy did play his team quite well, and we do pick up a loss here. Mr. bubblzy, congratulations. Any final words on your end of the battle? Anything you want to comment on that maybe you noticed?
I'd like to say that I beat the legendary Ferrothorn. Alex, thank you.
Yeah, I do believe that we are. I am quite well known for my sturdiness on the competitive side of things in the discords that we are in. But yeah, basically, this is Mr. Bubblzy. He happily agreed to this battle, and thankfully we do get to upload this tonight. So guys, if you did enjoy, please do leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and leave a comment down below if you have any suggestions on YouTubers you'd like to see me battle next. I will do my best to get in touch with them and see if I can get them for a battle. Thank you everyone who came out to the video, and thank you to everyone who stuck around till the end. It has been a pleasure battling with Mr. Bubblzy, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.